Thank you, Dr. Satyajit. I'll just sort of quickly, I think, pick it up from where Rajesh has left. And my topic is rather going to be a summarization of all what the earlier speakers have said. So how to publish? Why do you want to publish? Because that's the end point of your research, and you want to extrapolate what you've learned on your research to the general audience or to the public or to your target audience. So that's the importance of publishing. Again, you should know what you're writing for. So largely now, I think since Rajesh has already covered a thesis writing, perhaps what most of us are interested on how to write for a particular journal. So you have to identify what is the type of report you're writing. Is it a case report? Is it a letter to the editor? Is it an original article or the review? The approach varies depending upon what is the type of manuscript you're planning to write. The preliminary work would be to do an extensive research on the existing literature, on existing publications in that particular subject of which you're planning to write. Then look at these three particular steps here. Is your research particularly sort of talking about the existing literature or adding on to what is there in existing literature? Who are the particular audience to whom you want to reach out to, and framing a real good introduction. Introducing the subject in a very apt manner is going to go a long way in striking a good note with the reviewer who's going to be reading your particular manuscript for peer reviewing a particular manuscript. When you're starting, also shortlist what is the particular journal you're interested in writing for, or rather vice versa, what are the journals which are more likely to be publishing the subject which you are writing upon. Read up your literature extensively, and it's a good point to note down the points of each particular paper which is of specific interest or relevance to the topic you're writing upon. It's easy to read them, but also remember to write them down so that you know where you need to look back on your notes and where exactly you need to quote them on in your work. Then look at your work and summarize or pick up the essence of your work, mainly being, is your study justified? Is it adding on? Has it identified the lacunae in existing literature on the particular topic? And are your test results answering your research hypothesis? Are your methodology applied relevant to tackling this particular knowledge or lacunae in knowledge here? And what are the inferences you're drawing from your particular research? So once you have formed in your mind all these essences, then you would frame it into these various subheads of abstracts, introduction, methodology, results, discussion, and conclusion. So this is what is going to be the niche of what you're going to be writing. Due to lack of time, I'm not going to take you into elaborations of all what you need to write. But remember, when you're writing your materials and methods after you've done your introduction, the salient features a material and method should contain, should explain, or should mention your study design, the place where the study was conducted, the study sample which was chosen for the study, the relevant inclusion and exclusion criteria, the methodological tests which were aptly applied to test your research hypothesis. Do not forget to mention your ethics approval and informed consent taken here. And you could also mention the research performers. Always analyze and word out or explain the statistical tests which have been applied to show that they have been aptly selected and are appropriate to your data parameters here. Your results should discuss the results of all the methodological tests which you had elaborated earlier, and your discussion should discuss these results and should draw and conclude what the inferences these results are arriving at based on your research factor. So the conclusion should summarize your results and your discussions. Important not to do in your research is that do not plagiarize, and see that your idea is original, and keep your abstract to your last, because abstract is something which every reviewer is going to be reading first, and a well-written abstract is what is going to catch his interest and help him select your paper either for a rejection, either for a publication, or reject it if he feels it's not enough. Again, use a simple divide and conquer strategy. You do not need to write your entire paper in one go. You can organize your thoughts and write it sequentially. And this helps you to relax and approach your writing material in a more relevant manner here. After you've completed, use the help of your peers to review your paper and pick up faults, and your seniors and the professors or under whom your faculty, under whom you're doing research, can help you to refine your paper further and pick up the faults. The important do's and don'ts, which I've already stated, needs to be original. Your knowledge needs to be thorough. Your mentor plays a huge role in the way you're going to write and publish your research work. Abstracts should be very well written. See that the methodology covers all the points which I had mentioned earlier. Use relevant citations. Your conclusion should be apt to what you had researched and not given loose comments or on aspects which you have not researched upon here. So when you get review comments, please look at them with look at constructive criticism, and that helps you to either revise or further enhance your manuscript for a future journal for submission. So happy writing for you all, and thank you for logging in and staying with us this late in the evening. Thanks again. Thanks for the opportunity.